Today we're going to be changing the engine oil on this Kohler 7000 series 22 horsepower engine, which happens to be on a 46-inch Cub Cadet XT1. Now this process will be the same for all the Kohler 7000 series V-twin engines. So let's get into it. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is to park the machine on a level surface, set the parking brake, and start the engine and idle it for about a minute to warm up the oil. Then we'll turn it off, open the hood, and remove the two spark plug wires to keep it from accidentally starting. Next, you're going to want to remove the hood. It's just an easy thing to do. It makes it a little more accessible to get at the engine. And to do that, you're going to have one connector for the headlights. We'll undo that. And then you'll just tilt the hood and lift it off. Now we have clear access to the engine. Okay, next you want to put down some cardboard. Last thing you want is for oil making a huge mess. Then we'll get our oil catchment container. This is what I'm going to be using. Just got a hose to hook right onto that oil drain valve. If you have a different setup, you might just want to use a pan or something. I'm going to turn the steering wheel to give us a little more room. Then we'll just go ahead and remove the cap, hook up the hose, and carefully unlock the valve. You can see it's got a slot there, and then gently wiggle it out until it begins draining. You don't want to just pull it out or the whole thing can come right off and you'll have a huge mess. So this one's kind of stuck. I'm going to use a screwdriver back there just to kind of get it started. And there we are. Now I'll just remove the dipstick here and let it drain. Something I like to do is to put two blocks of wood or maybe bricks on the opposite side of the oil filter. That way when you remove it, all the oil will come out and drip off the frame and not go into the drive belt area. You don't want that. Also make sure you have some towels handy when doing this. Okay, now let's go ahead and put some towels right under there and remove the oil filter. Now if your oil filter is on there pretty tight, then you'll need a oil filter wrench. But this one is loose, so we'll be able to remove this by hand. I'll leave a link to the oil filter wrench in the description below. Just like that. And we'll let that drip for a few seconds. And while we're waiting for that to finish dripping, let's close this oil drain valve. And as you saw there, it's actually loose, and that's very common for these, so you might want to grab something and tighten it up. Okay, that's better. Now we'll just reinstall the cap. And then we'll go ahead and take these towels out of here. And as you can see, no oil went back there, which is what we want. Now I'm going to take it off the blocks, and we'll clean the oil filter base up and reinstall the new filter. Okay, let's make sure this is all clean. Here's a shot of brake cleaner. Now it's time for the new filter. Here's the part number for the correct oil filter for this engine. It is 12-050-01-S. And they also have a premium version that you can get for a little extra money. It's yellow, but this is the one we'll be using today. And then you're going to need some engine oil. I use 10W30 small engine oil by Kinetics. It has zinc additives that are good for the engine, so that's what I like to use. But if you have automotive oil, that's okay too. So now we'll just coat the gasket with a little bit of fresh engine oil. Make sure it's seated all the way around. And then we'll fill it to the base of the threads with engine oil and let it soak it up. I don't think you have to do that, but the instructions say to, so we'll go ahead and do that. Now we'll just let it sit a few minutes. And just when the gasket is starting to contact, we'll turn it 3/4 to 1 turn. That's good right there. Now go ahead and wipe down the frame of any oil, and then we'll go ahead and fill it up with some fresh oil. Okay, now the oil capacity is right at 2 quarts with the oil filter. So we'll start at a little bit less just to make sure we don't overfill it. Maybe 1 3/4 quarts. Alright, that was just under 2 quarts. Let's go ahead and check the oil level. But note that it is going to go down after it gets circulated through the oil system. So if it shows a little high right now, that's normal. Push it all the way in, pull it up, and it's showing right at the full mark. So we'll go ahead and start it, and then we'll go ahead and check it once more after we idle it. So let's go ahead and reconnect the spark plug wires. Okay, so after idling it for a minute or two, let's let it sit for a couple minutes so the oil can settle, and then we'll do a final oil level check. So now's a good time to check for leaks. We'll look both under the oil filter and the drain plug. Both of these look fine, so we're good to go. Okay, now that it's been a few minutes, let's go ahead and remove the dipstick. Wipe it down. Reinsert it. Push it all the way down, then remove it and inspect the level. And as you can see, it's right near the full mark there, so we're good to go. Then we'll just go ahead and reinstall the hood. And reconnect the wire. So that's all there is to changing the engine oil on the Kohler KT 7000 series engine. Thanks for watching.